Hey guys, in this video we will be going over absolute advantage, comparative advantage, and finding the price range for two items. So let's say that the US and China are engaged in trading toys and cars. So the US is willing to trade 2 toys and 4 cars, but China is willing to trade 16 toys and 6 cars. So from right here, you can tell which country has the absolute advantage in producing toys and in producing cars. So absolute advantage takes into account which country can produce more of an item. So China can produce 16 toys to America's 2 and 6 cars to the US's 4. So the absolute advantage for toys goes to China, and the absolute advantage for cars also goes to China. However, this does not demonstrate how the actual trading works. In order to determine trade, you have to find the opportunity cost, or OC, of the two nations, the US, China, for toys and cars. So to find the comparative advantage, divide the number you are looking for. So to find the toys in terms of 1, so 2 divided by 2, so you get 1 toy, and divide this as well by 2 to get 2 cars. So for every 1 toy, it requires 2 cars to make. Now to find the cars opportunity cost, just take the reciprocal of the first, so you won't have to do any math. But if you really want to, solve it the real way, divide the 4 by 4 to get in terms of 1 car, and divide 2 by 4 to get 1/2 toys per 1 car. And for China, the concept is the same. Divide 16 by 16 to get 1 toy, and 6 by 16 to get 3/8. That means it costs 3/8 of a car for a single toy, and then find the reciprocal to find the opportunity cost for producing 1 car. Again, the math supports this because 6 divided by 6 is 1. So in terms of 1 car, 16 divided by 6 is 8/3. It requires 8/3 of toys. Now, from here, you can determine the comparative advantage for toys and the comparative advantage for cars. Comparative advantage takes into regard which country can produce one of this item in the least amount of the other item. So in this case, China produces 1 toy and 3/8 of a car, which is less than 2. So this goes to China. And the comparative advantage for producing cars goes to America because 1/2 toys is less than 8/3. Remember that one country cannot have the comparative advantage in both items, or these countries won't trade at all. So once you have this, you can find the price range for toys and the price range for cars. You know that price range is from the lowest opportunity cost to the highest opportunity cost. So 3/8 cars, which is less than X, and let's say X is the price paid for the item, which has to be less than 2, which is the max. And then if for the cars, it would be 1/2, which is the lower toys, to the price paid, which has to be less than the upper amount, 8/3. Now, the reason it's less than instead of less than or equal to is because if it were equal to, the countries would not trade because it would be more efficient to produce at their own production level instead of wasting profits to trade to others. So that is all for this video for Econ Unit 1.1.